Dara, good evening. What better place could there be than in the study in England, my little princess, and a marvellous new find. So, this is a report about something wonderful I've just found on my Amazon Black Friday, and that is the SSK USB SSD drive. I have one that is not even opened. There we are. So I hope you can see that. Let's put it even closer to the camera. So this, not surprisingly, is a humble SSD drive, and I'm going to tell you what's so great about it and why you should probably go and get one. There we are. There's the drive itself. It looks just like an SSD drive. It's got a USB-C connector here, which is on like a hinge, so it's now exposed. And drum roll, it's got on the other side, it's got a USB Type A, so it's got both connectors. You see that? So that's the first nice thing about the drive. The second nice thing is it comes with a little leather slipcase here, so you can put the drive into the case to stop it getting scratched. So let's show you that. So there's the drive in the leather slipcase. Okay, nothing wonderful so far, but what is so wonderful? What is wonderful is the price and the performance. Now, I've been looking for a long time for an economically priced SSD style USB key. And why is that? I do tend to use them a lot, even in these days of fast networking, because, for example, every Raspberry Pi that we have in our smart home here in England needs two SSDs or USB devices. One is the running drive, so I don't run it from an SD card. I run the Raspberry Pi computer from a small external USB drive because it's faster. And another one for backup. In fact, recently I have one for the main drive and two for backup, and I rotate the backups. And we have quite a number of Raspberry Pis doing lots of ancillary things around the home. For example, one's doing a flight radar aircraft discovery, which is uploaded. One is a weather station monitoring system. Another is a domotics server. You get the picture. So each one of those Raspberry Pis will need effectively 3 USB drives each. And for a long time I wanted to find a drive that performs well under macOS and Windows, and I found it. Now this is SSK 128 gigabytes, and it was only 20 GB pounds. So 20 Great British pounds from Amazon UK. That was in the Amazon Black Friday sale. We were pleased to hear that things have not changed. So, on the screen, embarrassingly on the screen, you'll see my attempts to create a 10 gigabyte file. I managed it eventually when I remember what the syntax was. It doesn't. I think you have to put the number of bytes in explicitly. So that's how to create a 10 gig file. So I've created a 10 gig file in the temp directory of this Windows system. We'll do an online test. And then we're also going to show you the results of Crystal Disk Mark. So that's the results of Crystal Disk Mark. And as you can see, the read and write speed is pretty much 500 megabytes per second, which is just fine for me. So at such a speed, I can transfer multiple gigabytes of information in literally seconds. And I often have the need, apart from on the Raspberry Pis, to transfer quite large files. I might be taking them to a class, student class. I might be taking them to another home, etc., etc. So I often have a need to take a lot of gigabytes around. So it's available not just in 128 gigs, but it's available in up to 512 gigabytes. But me being a little bit of an economical person, I've decided 128 gigabytes is normally enough. Larger sizes are available, as I say. So you can see the speed results from Crystal Disk Mark. Let's do the last thing, which is the test. So we're going to minimize that. We're going to minimize that. And we can minimize that. Yeah. Okay, so what we're actually going to do now is we're going to do a speed test of copying the 10 gig file created and bunging it on the exFAT drive. I've not made any special effort to format this drive, just a plain old format. Okay. I'll do a Control C, or is it Apple C? Who knows? Let's do Control C, shall we? And hit here, Control V. So you'll see on my 2 or 3 year old Samsung PC, I'm getting a speed of 300 megabytes. On the Apple systems, I do get closer to 500 megabytes. And that brings an important point to mind, which is that many drives claim to work on both Apple and Mac platforms, but often they fall back to a much slower speed. So I have drives that, for example, work, let's say, hundreds of megabytes per second on a macOS system. But when I plugged it into a different Windows computer, it falls back to about 40 megabytes per second. But touch wood, this drive has never fallen back ever. And it performs at least 300 megabytes per second on both Windows and Mac systems. So I am just gloriously happy. I mean, such a small thing, but if, like me, you use USB drives a lot, then it's just wonderful. At last, I've got some inexpensive drive. I got it on Amazon Black Friday, so I got a good deal. And you can still buy it today for a pretty good price, which is like £20 for 120 GB drive. That is it. Go and get one. Thanks for watching.